Are you living your life for yourself or for the approval of others? In a world that often measures success by likes, shares, and social validation, it's easy to fall into the trap of people-pleasing. This compulsion to seek acceptance and approval can be subtle, leading many to wear a mask that hides their true selves. At its core, people-pleasing is not about kindness or generosity, it's a strategy for security and acceptance, deeply rooted in the human desire to belong. However, this path comes with its pitfalls. The constant pursuit of others' approval can erode personal identity, leaving one feeling lost, frustrated, and ultimately dissatisfied with life. Imagine constantly altering your beliefs and actions to match others' expectations. Over time, this behavior doesn't just mask your true self, it can replace it. The irony of people-pleasing is that it often achieves the opposite of its goal. Instead of garnering genuine respect and connection, it can lead to a lack of trust and respect from others. They might see a person who is not anchored by any strong convictions or personal standards. It's crucial then to recognize this pattern within ourselves. Are your actions often dictated by what others might think or say? Do you find yourself saying yes when you desperately want to say no? These are signs that you might be caught in the web of people-pleasing. Recognizing the trap is the first step to freeing yourself from it. What would a Stoic do when faced with the temptation to please others? This question might lead us into a deeper understanding of how ancient wisdom is surprisingly applicable in our modern lives. Stoicism, a philosophy that flourishes on personal ethics informed by its system of logic and views on the natural world, teaches us about the importance of living according to virtue and reason, not the fleeting approval of others. For the Stoics, the core of a well-lived life was to focus on what is truly within one's control. This includes one's own actions, choices, and responses. External factors, such as other people's thoughts, feelings, and perceptions, lie outside this sphere of influence. Therefore, attempting to control or overly cater to these external perceptions is not just futile, but it is also contrary to Stoic principles. Imagine the tranquility that comes from understanding that one's value does not hinge on others' approval. Stoics strive for this inner peace, emphasizing that true contentment comes from adhering to one's own principles and acting with integrity, regardless of external validation. This perspective is liberating. It shifts the focus from a dependency on external validation to a robust internal moral compass. Moreover, Stoics argue that our emotions and disturbances are often the result of misplaced values, such as the excessive desire to be liked or accepted by others. By realigning our values to focus on personal virtue and reason, we can maintain our equanimity in the face of praise or criticism alike. This is not about dismissing the opinions of others, but rather about not allowing those opinions to dictate one's actions or sense of self-worth. In essence, the Stoic approach to overcoming the urge to please others is about self-mastery. It's about making decisions that resonate with who you truly are, rather than performing a series of actions merely to fit into a mold crafted by societal expectations. Living with virtue means your choices align with your true self, not the expectations of others. How can you start living more authentically and less for others? The journey to overcoming people-pleasing begins with recognizing the deep-seated reasons behind this behavior. Often, it stems from a fear of rejection or a deep-seated need for approval. Understanding these motives is your first step towards transformation. Begin by setting clear boundaries. Boundaries are not just lines drawn in the sand, they are declarations of your values and limits. For example, if you find yourself consistently staying late at work due to an inability to say no, it's time to redefine your limits. Inform your colleagues or your boss about your new availability hours and stick to them. Remember, setting boundaries is not an act of selfishness, it's an act of self-respect. Next, practice the art of saying no. This can be challenging at first, especially if you're accustomed to being the yes person. Start small. Decline an extra task at work or a social obligation that doesn't align with your priorities. Each no reinforces your autonomy and builds your confidence. It's about respecting your own time and needs as much as you respect others. Moreover, prioritize your needs and values. Make a list of what truly matters to you, both in your personal and professional life. This list will guide you in making decisions that are aligned with your true self, not decisions made to please others. When you live in alignment with your values, the need to seek approval naturally diminishes. Engage in regular self-reflection. Reflect on your actions and decisions. Ask yourself, am I doing this for myself or to gain someone else's approval? Self-reflection fosters self-awareness, which is crucial in breaking the cycle of people-pleasing. Each step you take towards authenticity is a step away from the need for approval. By setting boundaries, practicing saying no, prioritizing your own needs, and engaging in self-reflection, you empower yourself to live a life that's true to who you are, not a reflection of what others want you to be. Imagine the freedom of saying no without guilt. This simple act, often overlooked, is a powerful tool in building a life that resonates with integrity and authenticity. Let's explore the transformative benefits of embracing the word no. Firstly, saying no enhances self-respect. When you choose to decline requests that don't align with your values or priorities, you are essentially honoring your needs and beliefs. This act of self-care reinforces your sense of self-worth and teaches others to value your time and decisions as well. Moreover, the ability to say no frees up your time and energy. Consider this. Every time you say yes to something that doesn't excite or benefit you, you're saying no to something else that might. By being selective with your commitments, you allocate your resources to activities that truly matter to you, enhancing your productivity and satisfaction. Additionally, saying no can lead to healthier relationships. It might seem counterintuitive, but genuine relationships are built on honesty and respect, not compliance and appeasement. When you communicate your true feelings and boundaries, you invite others into a more authentic interaction. Over time, this builds trust and deepens connections with those who truly appreciate the real you. Embracing the power of no also reduces stress and prevents burnout. It's a clear signal to yourself and others that you are not limitless. Recognizing and respecting your own limits is crucial for long-term well-being and effectiveness. When you say no to what doesn't align with your values, you say yes to your true self. Let's explore how rejecting the need to please has transformed lives. Imagine Sarah, a seasoned marketing executive who for years navigated her career by saying yes at every turn, fearing that no might stifle her upward trajectory. Over time, Sarah's workload became unmanageable, her stress levels soared, and her own goals became mirages in a desert of obligations. It was only when she embraced the Stoic principle of focusing on what she could control, her own responses and actions, that Sarah began to transform her life. She started setting clear boundaries and declined projects that didn't align with her skills or career path. The result? She gained respect from her peers for her integrity and saw a significant boost in her performance, as she could now focus on projects where she could truly excel. Then, there's Michael, a small business owner whose penchant for pleasing made him popular but left his business barely afloat. Every client's wish was his command regardless of the strain on his resources. Michael's turning point came when he realized that by trying to please everyone, he pleased no one, not least himself. He adopted a Stoic mindset, evaluating decisions based on whether they were good for the business rather than if they would make someone like him. This shift not only stabilized his business but also attracted clients who valued quality and reliability over mere acquiescence. Lastly, consider Emily, a college student constantly swayed by peer pressure. She juggled various clubs, courses, and social engagements, all in a bid to fit in and be liked. Exhausted and unfulfilled, Emily decided to apply Stoic wisdom by discerning her true interests and capacities. She chose to engage only in activities that genuinely interested her and contributed to her personal growth. This not only improved her academic performance but also led her to form deeper, more genuine relationships. These stories are your stories waiting to be written. Now, armed with knowledge and strategies, what will you choose? Throughout this discussion, the core message has been clear. The pursuit of pleasing others can ensnare you in a relentless trap. From the Stoic perspective, we've uncovered that true freedom comes not from external validation but from internal fortitude. Remember, the Stoic teaches us to focus on what's within our control, our actions, our responses, our personal integrity. We've explored practical steps to shift away from people-pleasing. It involves setting boundaries, saying no when necessary, and prioritizing self-respect over societal approval. The benefits? They are profound. Living authentically not only liberates you, but also deepens your relationships and enhances your peace of mind. So, as we conclude, let this be the moment of decision. Start small if you must. Choose one area of your life where you'll stop seeking approval and start living authentically. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Choose to live for yourself. The strength you need is already within you.